Peace guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aaliyah Zealous and I absolutely love getting my hair braided. I love box braids, but sometimes I get a little bored with just wearing it down or wearing it up in a ponytail. So today I wanted to bring you a video on 5 unique and elegant braided hairstyles that you can use just to play up your box braids and give them a little bit of an added twist to your everyday styles that you would normally use. So if you want to see how I create these 5 elegant and unique styles, please stay tuned. So the first style that I'm going to do, I like to call it the Waterbender. And if you've ever seen Avatar, The Last Airbender, you would kind of see the inspiration from where I got it from one of the waterbenders on there. But how I'm going to create this hairstyle is first I'm going to pull a couple braids just to kind of frame my face. I pull the 2 in the front and the 2 on the sides. And then I'm going to gather all of the rest of my braids into a mid ponytail. Once I have that nice and secure, I'm going to grab a clip, and what I'm going to kind of do with the first 2 braids in the front of my face is I'm going to bend them and let them essentially drape around my face and then clip the braid in the back closer to my ponytail. And then I'm going to do the same to the other side, just kind of eyeball just to make sure they're kind of the same length. And clip it in the back. Now once you clip them, you can take the ends of your braids that's still sticking out and kind of tuck it into your ponytail, or you can kind of just leave them alone and let them be. And this is the final hairstyle. Like I said, it's super simple. You can either add clips or beads just to play it up and make it a little bit more elegant, or you can keep it nice and simple and subdued. And this has been my go-to style. I just think it's so cute. The next hairstyle that we're going to do, I call the dragon's tail. So what you're going to do is gather all of your braids onto one side of your head, get it nice and smooth and sleek. You can also add a couple of braids out to frame your face if you want to, but for this one, I'm going to do it nice and sleek. So once you've gathered all of your hair, you're going to take a braid from the nape of your neck, and then you're going to wrap it around all of the rest of your braids nice and tight, tugging when you need to, but not too tight so you're not hurting yourself or causing any tension. And once you wrap it all the way around, you're going to go ahead and tuck the braid into itself and continue wrapping until you don't have any of the braid left. And this is going to act as essentially your hair tie, but an invisible hair tie. Make sure it's nice and secure, and once you have it secure, you're going to take another braid from the back of your bundle, and you're going to go ahead and wrap that around all of your braids once. And as you can see, I'm kind of pulling at the same braid, creating a loop and pulling it through itself. And what this is going to do is going to give that single braid a little bit of a bump, and you can see that it's a bump because it's separated from the rest of your hair. Next, you're going to do the same thing. Grab another braid from the back of your pony, wrap it around all of your braids once, kind of create a loop with itself, pull it through itself, push it up, tighten it, and you're going to see that that's going to create its own separation from the rest of the bundles, but also the braid that you did before has a bit of a loop to it, and it's separated from the rest of your hair, and I call this one of your scales, and this is kind of going to act as your design. So I do it again and wrap one of the braids from the back along the rest of the ponytail, pull it through, and as you can see I have 2 scales now and your design is starting to form. So I keep doing this until I have the desired amount of scales that I want. I go ahead and tighten and adjust as need be, and you can have them as close or as far apart as you want just by pushing either the braid upwards towards the rest of them or kind of separating the braids and giving them some space. And it's okay if you get a little bit lost with your braid. As you can see, I lost one of mine. But just take your time, and once you get the technique down, you'll be able to spot where your scales are. And once you get to the end of how many scales that you want, I think for this side pony I did about 5 scales. You're going to go ahead and grab another braid, but instead of looping it into itself, you're going to go ahead and keep wrapping it like you did the first one. And this is going to act as another hair tie, invisible hair tie. So you're going to go ahead and pull it through itself and keep wrapping until it's nice and secure. And then you go ahead and adjust your scales as need be. For this one I did do 5, but you can actually go ahead and do it all the way down your hair. You can do as many or as much as you want to get the design or the style that you want. And this is the final hairstyle. For the next hairstyle, I like to call this one dragon wings, and you're going to use the same dragon scale method that we did for the pony. So I'm going to bring 2 braids out in the front just to kind of frame my face, and then I'm going to split my braids in half straight down the middle. Starting with one side, I'm going to use the same technique. I'm going to take one of the braids in the back of my little bundle of braids right there, and I'm going to securely wrap it around the rest of my braids on that side of my head to act as an invisible ponytail holder. You keep wrapping and tuck it into itself until it's nice and secure. Then you're going to take one braid from the back that's closer to the nape of your neck. You're going to wrap it around once and then kind of loosen up the braid to create a loop and pull that braid through itself. And that is the beginning of your first dragon scale. Go ahead to your next braid, pull it over, wrap it around once, and loop it through itself, creating your first scale. And we're going to do it again. Wrap it around once, loop it through itself, and tighten and kind of pull at your scale just to note where it is. So for this side of my head, I think I'm going to go ahead and only do 4 scales. So as you can see, I have my 4 scales, and once I get to the end, I take that last braid and I just continue to wrap it around my whole bundle as another invisible ponytail holder. And my first dragon wing is complete. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other side. Wrapping, scaling, and then wrapping again. And this is the completed look. I think this look is so cute. I think it's so fun. You can even add jewels or beads to the scales just to make it even more elegant, but I think that this look is so cute. Alright, and for my next hairstyle, this one's going to be a little bit trickier, but I call this the dragon crown. So I'm going to take 2 braids on the sides of my head to frame my face, and then I'm going to take the 2 first rows of braids and separate that from the rest of my hair, all the way across the front of my head. So once I have those separated, I'm going to grab the rest of my hair and put it back in a pony for now. Alright, so I'm going to kind of put the rest of my braids over to one side. The video actually kind of cut off a little bit at the beginning, but I took the first 4 braids, and what I did was grab one of the braids from the front and I wrapped it around the rest of the bundle, created a loop, and looped it through itself. And it's going to create a dragon scale. And from this angle, you kind of can't really see what I'm doing, but if you have the technique of making the dragon scales down, then you'll be able to do this. So then I take another braid from that same 4 braided bundle, wrap it around the rest of the braids, and loop it through itself. Then I move on to the next row of 2, take one of the braids from the front, wrap it around all of the rest of the braids, and loop it through itself. And I take another braid from the same bundle, wrap it around the rest of the braids, loop it through itself. Making sure to keep note where your scales are. So I'm going to go ahead and do that across the rest of the front of my head. And once I get to the last 2 braids, I only do one more dragon scale with the braids, and then the last braid that I loop around, I loop all the way around to make another invisible ponytail. And the camera cut out again. So once I have that whole side done, I'm going to go ahead and twist all of the hair that I had in the pony and wrap it into a neat bun. And as you can see, I have my crown completed, and I'm just going to twist the rest of the remaining hair. Once I'm done twisting, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around the rest of my head and bobby pin it in place behind the rest of my crown. Then I go ahead and adjust my dragon scales, and for more of a seamless finish, so it can look like I have dragon scales all the way around, where I bobby pinned my hair, I'm going to go ahead and just pull a couple of braids out. Since I twisted it, there's going to be a little bit of tension there, so I'll be able to pull it out and keep the shape of a scale. And that is the complete look. I think that this look is super elegant. It will look even prettier with some gold twine or some beads or hair jewels. I just felt like going to go put on a flowy dress and some makeup. I really enjoyed this look. As you can see, I'm giving you all the faces. Oh girl, I thought I was so cute. Alright, and for my last hairstyle, this one I like to call the butterfly bun. My mom said that she actually kind of seen something like this before, but she doesn't think that my generation has seen anything like this before. So what I'm going to do is gather all of my hair into a pony. And then in the back of my head, below the pony, I'm going to pull out 4 braids. And ignore the new growth. I've had these braids in for a minute. So once I have my 4 braids, I'm going to go ahead, put them in sections of 2 and twist them tightly together. And make sure you twist it really nice and tight, because that's going to give you the structure to hold its shape. So once I have it nice and twisted, I'm going to go ahead and bend it over and tuck the rest of the hair into my pony and adjust the shape. And that is going to be your first lower butterfly wing. Next, I'm going to go ahead and grab 4 more braids. I'm not going to take these braids out of the pony. I'm just going to grab them directly from the pony. Split them in 2 and tightly twist them all the way down. Once it's twisted, I'm going to go ahead and bend it and tuck the ends into the rest of my pony. And then adjust the shape. And that is 1/2 of your butterfly. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. At the bottom of my ponytail, going to take out 4 individual braids. split them in two and twist. Bend it and tuck the ends into my pony. And do the same for my last wing. Once I have my 4 wings, I'm going to take all of the rest of the hair. You can either leave it out, but for this one, I'm going to take the rest of my hair in the pony, and I'm going to give it all a nice big twist. And this is going to mess up your wings just a little bit, but it's okay because we can adjust it. I'm going to gather it into a big bun, nice and neat. Tuck it and then adjust my wings. And there you have it, a butterfly bun. I think this is so cute personally. My little sister, she called me Lucy Lou, Lucy Woo, somebody from the Grinch, and it was so disrespectful. But I think this is so cute. And there you have it, 5 unique, elegant, different hairstyles that you can do with your braids. I absolutely love them. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I enjoyed doing them. Let me know if you've seen any of these hairstyles before, and definitely if you try them and you post the pictures, I would love to see how they came out and turned out for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Also look for me on my social media platforms at Aaliyah Zealous on Facebook and Instagram, and check out some of my other videos. You might like them. Peace.